broadcast of October the 2nd. The Ag Market Network will cover the latest export sales report. Good morning. My name is Pat McClatchy. Let's go ahead and get started with cotton. The cotton sales report that just came out, we have a total of 226,400 running bales. That's up 45% from the previous week and up noticeably from the 4-week average. Sales were reported for Turkey, taking 54,400, China taking 48,800, and Thailand taking 27,500. The reaction of the market since the report: cotton was down 16 at the time this came out, and now cotton is very close to unchanged. Looking at wheat, the wheat net sales report, 741,000 metric tons, and the breakdown, that was a marketing year high, and up 92% from the previous week and up 90% over the 4-week average. The sales reported were for Nigeria, taking 241,300 metric tons, Vietnam taking 64,500 metric tons, switched from unknown destinations, and then Ecuador taking 54,500 metric tons. At the time the report came out, wheat was up 2.5. Now wheat's up 5.5. So it's responding in a very positive way to the report. For export sales for wheat, corn, net sales of 638,000 metric tons. Last week's number was 836,400. So that is a smaller number. Looking at the breakdown, Mexico took 164,800 metric tons. Canada took 115,800 metric tons. South Korea took 67,800 metric tons, including 65,000 metric tons switched from unknown destinations. Corn was down about a penny when the report came out, and now it is down about a half cent. So not a lot of reaction there. Soybeans, we've been seeing very strong soybean numbers. The net sales number today is reported today is 869,100 metric tons, and last week's number was 2.5 million metric tons. So we're off there. A breakdown shows China taking 730,800 metric tons, including 189,000 metric tons switched from unknown destinations, and decreases of 70,700 metric tons. The Netherlands took 141,500 metric tons, including 140,000 metric tons switched from unknown destinations, and decreases of 4,000 metric tons. And Taiwan took 69,400 metric tons. Looking at the reaction, the soybean market was unchanged at the time this came out, and we're down about a penny and a half to 2 cents on beans, so we have sold off a little there. Looking at the report, you'd have to say that the wheat number was a very good number. The cotton number was a good number. Corn and wheat were a little lighter than we've seen. Let's just want to say a word about the markets, some of the developments here in recent days. And we had a supply and demand report come out a few days ago. The reaction to that, the supply and demand report looked negative for the markets. Then the market did react in a negative way as soon as the report came out, but then the market found support and firmed back up off of those levels. So as we've mentioned before in past broadcasts, we are at that time of the year when we normally find a seasonal low for corn and soybeans. We'll see if that's going to happen again this year. That's the normal pattern, and this is October the 2nd, so we'll watch that. A comment about cotton. A lot of confusing and conflicting news have led to a very volatile market in cotton. News coming out of China. The government's been has released information a few days ago that conflicted with what we thought was going to happen there. Looking at imports, there's some conflicting information about how much cotton they will allow their mills to import. And the market has not reacted well to that when that news came out. Also, some of the information about acreage for cotton in China next year. We had thought there was going to be a cutback in some of the acres away from cotton and into food crops. Some of the statements would indicate maybe that's not the case. The market reacted in a very negative way to it. The Chinese futures market set a record volume day as it sold off when this information came out in China, and then we followed suit when we opened that next morning. Very very confused market right now, and confusion in that market seems to lead to a lower market. I think some of the talk had been for some time seeing cotton in the low 60s to high 60s. That maybe is shifting. Some of the analysts are saying now that 57, 58 could be the downside on this market, and December cotton right now is trading at 62.04, and there are analysts that are calling for lower levels, calling for 55. Seasonal low normally comes in November, the last half of November, so it could very well be that we are going to be looking at that market continuing to grind out to the downside. Anyone that needs to do any selling, if we continue to, we have seen a bounce in the market in the last couple of days. If that continues, might be an opportunity to sell the market. One other thing we want to mention, next Thursday's export sales report will be live. We're going to start doing some of our reports as they come out. We hope you'll join us for that next Thursday. And that concludes our meeting today of our export sales report for the Ag Market Network. Thank you.